What's up, guys, and welcome back to the doctor's office. I am Dr. K. Ray Knight, here to give you a proper diagnosis and prognosis and everything comics and comic book characters. And we are still on that blood hunt kick, okay? We've literally got like 29 books left. We are halfway through. We are at the halfway mark. And today we are going to get into book 3. When I tell you, as y'all already know, up to this point, I have been completely stressed out with everything happening. So, in this book, even more stress. This is just such a good ass fucking story. Like, I don't know. So, as we get into book 3, as we all know, Miles Morales was turned into a vampire, and from the tie-ins that I did with you guys, Black Panther is in Wakanda and he is looking for something. So we get Black Panther talking to Blerd, and Blerd is looking for this temple that was from early Atlantis that ended up being buried under Wakanda. It's called like First Atlantis. And so this temple, so when he did the Dark Force ritual with the Divolian Atlantis spell work and all that stuff, it sounds like he did that somewhere in Atlantis. Okay, so he's now trying to, like, it seems, repeat the process over in Wakanda with this temple that is also from First Atlantis. So he sent Black Panther there to go find it, because as King of Wakanda, Black Panther would have some type of access to it. And in the meantime of this, he did find it. So in the meantime, we have, everybody has gathered at Doctor Strange's house. So the Avengers did rescue Dracula and Brielle from the Blood Coven, and they ended up killing the Grimm. Whilst all of this is happening, Wanda, who has not been turned yet, is awake, and my girl is talking all of her shit. She said, "Oh, you thought this was gonna last for you," and she was like, "At the end of the day, you're gonna pay." Because if one thing that the Avengers know how to do is get one up. And she said, "I see that your blood coven has returned one person short." And when I tell you Blerd is not happy about that, he is pissed. So while everybody is at Doctor Strange's house, they're trying to get Miles Morales under control, and Clea and Doctor Strange are able to get his bloodlust under control, while also showing him what happened to him, like the truth of what happened to him, and get him like to refocus. So he does come to, and he realizes that he is a vampire, and he's like, he told me to go after her and I couldn't like help myself. And Doctor Strange is like, "No, I get it. He came to us as a friend and he killed me, and we're over here dealing with my vampire body. So I understand everything you're going through right now." And up until this point, Brielle has no idea what the fuck anybody's talking about. The only person that she knows here is Miles Morales. So she has no idea that her father is the cause of all of this. And they actually finally decide to tell her, and she's like, "I'm sorry, what? Excuse me?" And it is truly in this moment that I feel so bad for her, because she's like, "I can't find my dad. Has anybody seen my dad? Has anybody talked to my dad? I was in Atlanta. I ran into him. Like, I have no clue what's going on." And then they drop the bombshell that, "Oh, you don't know?" Captain Marvel was like, "You don't know?" Girl, your daddy is the one doing all of this. And she is just, you can see the shock on her face. She is so just like, no. And my favorite part about this conversation is everybody going, "Dracula, what the fuck? Why didn't you tell her?" And he's like, "How do you think that conversation would have went? She would have called me a liar, and we wouldn't even be standing here right now. Crawfish to bed and called me a liar. Tombstone." Okay. But like, why did y'all expect her to believe Dracula. It literally took all of you guys to be able to confirm with her that her father indeed is the one doing this. And then it took Dracula to say, yes, your father did this. Yes, your father is coming after you because you are currently the only person who is able to stop him because you are of his blood. So his only options here are to just outright kill you or turn you so that you can't do either one of those things. And she's just... and I'm just sitting here like, expect that man to be able to go to this girl and be like, by the way, your father's trying to kill the world and have vampires just like fucking everywhere. And she'd be like, oh my God, let's go kill my dad. Be serious. Because when they first met, she tried to kill him. You know what I'm saying? So like, there's no trust there. And they then tried to turn the tables, be like, how do we know that you're not part of this? Like with your whole vampire nation. He was like, let me stop you right there. You are correct. I do have a vampire nation. And my vampire nation is in jeopardy because Blade has gone completely psycho. So, what the fuck? So, while they're talking, Brielle runs away. As Brielle runs away, they're trying to figure out what to do, and Dracula's just like, God dang, she is just like her daddy. And Miles and Dracula end up going after her. They don't want Miles to leave, but they don't really have a choice either. So they go after Brielle, and everybody else makes a plan. Hunter's Moon, Clea, and Tigra are super close because Clea has worked with Midnight Mission before. So they ask her to transport them somewhere because they feel like they are able to bring forth an army that cannot be turned. And I'm going to just go ahead and assume it is the army of Moon Knights that they used when they were going up against Zodiac from the Moon Knight series. So if you remember that from the backstory that I talked about, I believe that's who that is. That's who because they're like, we can come up with something that cannot be turned or anything like that. So I believe that that's where they're going. The Avengers then decide, hey, we need to draw Blade out. Like, we need to keep Blade's attention on us so that everything that is happening right now, all these plans being put together, are able to be done without his interference. Now, their entire plan is essentially to inspire hope in the people around the world to like rise up and fight against this, right? And they just know that is going to piss Blade off in this whole situation. So the chairman of the Avengers is Captain Marvel, but Captain Marvel is already like, no, we need Sam for this. And Sam's like, but you're the chairperson. And she's like, I may be the chairperson, but T'Challa saved you for this. And I think that's one of the reasons why Bloodstorm 1 even actually wanted Sam, because he's like, if we take you, you'll be the symbol. I need you. And then when like T'Challa got him teleported out of there, he's like, don't take my symbol away. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you had Sam, who is Captain America, and he is like the symbol for everything hope at this point, if you had Sam on the villain side, then you have a symbol for everything that is like despair, hopeless, and evil and shit. So Sam made this absolutely amazing speech. The writing for this, chef's kiss. Whoever wrote that speech, wow. And honestly, it's like one of the best speeches, like, because you already know Steve Rogers makes some really good speeches. This one was one up, okay? So he makes this speech, and when I tell you, it looked like Blade was about to have an aneurysm. He was like, are you fucking shitting me? Hope? Absolutely not. He was like, you know what? Black Panther, we're going to change up the plan and we're going to have it go to a different area. If they want me, they got me. One of the sad parts about that situation is that T'Challa is down in that cave where he was like doing what Blade asked him to do, and he's listening to Sam because Tony has hacked into everything, including Impossible City, and he has the message playing on his band, and he's just like, very good, Sam, and he's just like, you know, struggling to say, like stuttering, and he's still struggling against the control of Blade. It absolutely broke my heart because he knows what he picked Sam for. Again, him and Sam are like this. So it made him happy that Sam was able to get up there and say all his inspirational stuff. And it is also hurting him that he is on the wrong side of this. And I feel so bad for him. I really do. Because he is trying. He's trying so hard. And honestly, if he makes contact with Doctor Strange, I think that they could get the way that they were able to help Miles. I think that they would be able to do that there too. But at the end of all of this gigantic temple called the First Blasphemy gets teleported to this open area where vampires are like hunting people. And the fight is about to be fucking on, okay? So, how are we feeling? Oh my god. Oh my god. This story is absolutely insane. And I'm really just like appreciating it for the story that it is, for the action that's happening, the emotion that it's like getting or providing, and just the entire story as a whole is absolutely just fucking fabulous. And I am very excited to see how this ends. I just feel like I'm gonna be hurt. And they're doing a really good job with this main story conveying all of these things. And so it's kind of tough to really to hang on to anybody. Wanda being awake, talking her shit. My girl is out there talking her shit. She don't care. And then they're bleeding Thor to drink his blood. They haven't done anything with Thor other than drink his blood. Like when she's sitting there talking and telling him about himself, they're sitting there drinking. Now I do have the shorts coming through for all of the tie-ins. One of the tie-ins that I really liked that I had posted was the fact that Doctor Doom has entered the field. And Doctor Doom has been in Latveria since the very first bloodhunt one. He hasn't moved. There has been no mention of him until the Black Panther one, when the Black Panther tie-in, when Shuri's like, maybe we should go there, maybe we should contact him, and Black Panther's like, fuck no. So in Strange Academy Bloodhunt 2, while they're going up against the Darkhold, and he's like basically like, I want to destroy the vampires because they're mean, like the vampires are evil. Pia attacks me, and she was like, because you were trying to kill me, the fuck. And so when Agatha shows up, he ends up running. He is terrified of Agatha. He does not want anything to do with her. And so he also ends up taking Pia, and they go to like this stadium. It looks like there's like a sports game going on. I don't know where the fuck they are. It looks like they're still in Madripoor. But Dr. Doom shows up and he's like, I may have an ability to fix this, and only I can fix this. So everybody around everywhere has some kind of plan working to try to fix what's going on. And quite honestly, if there can be a workaround to where the vampires who haven't done anything, like Pia or Dracula or Brielle, who is part vampire, or, you know, the people in the Vampire Nation who are also being slaughtered, you know what I'm saying? Or people like Charles from Blood Hunters 2, where he had attacked Adam and Elsa Bloodstone. But he's like their servants, you know what I'm saying? So like, if we can get around not killing the vampires who are actively trying to help or aren't necessarily like bad guys, Doctor Doom, I feel like, is the only person who would be able to do that, because Doctor Strange wanted Brother Voodoo to do the Montesi formula with them, and he was like, fuck no, like, Pia, hello. So, and I understand everything Doctor Strange is doing and what he's trying to say. I really think that they need to get in touch with Victoria Montesi, who is now over with the Midnight Suns. I think everybody kind of just needs to come together. This last book is the very, very last book for Bloodhunt that comes out, and comes out in July. The very, very last book, I really feel like is going to end up tying it together, because there's nothing after that. There is no book after the last Bloodhunt book. It is the absolute last one. So, there are going to be more shorts for the Bloodhunt tie-ins. And then, of course, stay tuned to the channel for comic book characters as well as more Bloodhunt stuff. So, I'm trying to give you guys just like diverse things, but I had to go ahead and give you guys the breakdown for this. This is a whole situation. With it being the first Blasphemy, I couldn't really find anything about the first Blasphemy. I'm going to look again just in case I have missed something. But when the first Blasphemy showed up on the page, immediately I started looking stuff up. But we shall see what I find. Also, DC's Absolute Power starts July 2nd, July 3rd. So you will also get videos on that. I'm going to do that the exact same way that I'm doing this. So be prepared for that. I'm going to start giving you guys the backstory stuff, because they have a lot of backstory stuff too that kind of just needs to be compiled into one video and or shorts, so that I can get you guys all cut up, just in case that you guys aren't reading that one. So thank you again for joining me here on the channel at the doctor's office, and I will see you guys later for your next appointment.